I wave my own with seamen. They respect but one law, the law of fear, and it will be well for my officers to remember.
Well, I can only tell you what I think. These men may come from jails and taverns, but they're Englishmen, and they'll sail this ship anywhere.
I'm not interested in what you think. I expect you to carry out whatever orders I give, whenever I give them.
This is, I think, one of the really great adventure films ever made. Frank Lloyd directed it wonderfully. It's got charismatic actors. It's got a great story. And it holds up so well all these years later.
Well, any film where you have multiple remakes of the film have succeeded, that's that's either the great homage to the film, or that's the denigration of the film, people who think they can do it better. And it's amazing to me that this film was made in that time as lushly and as vividly as it was by Frank Lloyd. Arthur Edison is the DP, and no one has improved on the film technically.
Right.
Those who went and made subsequent versions, it was really just either in the 62 version, like I think it was 62, where Brando wanted to flip the film and he wanted to steal the film from whoever was playing Bligh.
Right.
And then with Tony Hopkins and with Mel Gibson, they just wanted to reintroduce the film to a contemporary audience, and they thought they could photograph it more beautifully and so forth. But no one's improved on the film. Really. I mean, Lawton is Lawton.
Right.
And with all due respect to the other men that have played that part, no one will ever be better than Lawton.
You'll leave my anxiety, Mr. Christian. I was about to send a shore party to look for you, an armed shore party.
I had your permission to go ashore, sir.
What a fine figure of a king's officer. If I could prove that native runner the liar that he was, I'd have you under arrest. I'll make you regret this. Before this voyage is over, you'll know who's master of the ship.
And this is Gable, at his most... Gable. I mean, Gable is, as I said to you, this is a personal favorite of mine, and I have a long list of these. I mean, Gable to me was, like Cary Grant, someone who just was born to be in front of the movie camera.
You impudent scoundrel! Sign that book! I refuse! And you have no authority that can make me. I haven't! I'll show you authority! Lay all hands aft! All hands aft! Very good, sir.
Gable was someone who never stopped working hard as an actor. He always gave it his all. Like Cooper. You see some actors, especially nowadays, who are great actors or famous actors, who they kind of start phoning it in a little bit. And Gable, that was never the case. In every film I've ever seen of Gable's, he gave it his all.
Interesting. He didn't want to do this movie. He didn't want to do it at all. He didn't want to shave his mustache. He thought he looked stupid in the period clothes and wearing a ponytail and all of that. Lawton didn't really want to do it. They originally were going to have Wallace Beery do it, and they decided he was too American, but he was an MGM star. The only reason they got Lawton was because they gave him top billing over Gable, who was actually a bigger box office name than Lawton. But these guys who really didn't want to do it, I think Robert Montgomery was supposed to play the third role, and he turned it down. They tried to get Cary Grant from Paramount. They wouldn't loan him.
Well, they have Franchot Tone, who's one of my favorite actors of all time.
I mean, they're all, that's what I'm talking about. They'd be entirely different movies, and maybe not as good. But also, all three of them, and you may know this, were all nominated for the Best Actor Academy Award, the first time that's ever happened. Incredible. They didn't have supporting category at that point.
So Lawton,
Gable, and
Franchot Tone.
Best Actor.
Remarkable.
And because they, split the vote, Victor McLaughlin won for The Informer that
But I think another thing that, what truly, and this I don't reach for this opportunity, what truly makes this an essential film to me is the story. And that is, there's nothing that is more dramatic and more kind of heartbreaking for people than to be one among many inside of a system that you know is breaking down and you know is wrong, and you have to violate a code you've sworn to.
It's a great movie. Let's have a look at it right now. Here it is from MGM. The Oscar-winning picture is the best picture of 1935, Mutiny on the Bounty.